désastreuse run de l'autre jour. On va tenter la revanche. En espérant que ça se passe mieux. Parce que clairement je peux pas rester sur ce que j'ai fait. Et allez hop là. On va essayer de pas foirer les splits, on va essayer de pas foirer les salles, on va essayer de pas foirer tout court, ça serait bien.
There's something I must tell you. My latest invention has required me to make a few adjustments to the house since the last time you barged in. I mean, visited. Now, one of the topics that our family has been studying for several generations are rifts, existing between various dimensions. I've been able to develop a power source that will channel enough energy into one of these dimensional rifts that it can be widened enough. The glove controls the power source, which allows you to travel to whichever dimension has rifts in the area. You won't have control over the ability to switch dimensions yet. Just be patient. This door is using one of my inventions, the repetitive, periodic, articulating gruidae. Or a drinking bird. Except it's... well, because your glove is an early prototype, it has a few limitations in terms of dimension accessibility, and the distance it can be from a receptacle in order to function. This is such an early experiment with dimensional shifting, so I decided to have it triggered remotely with the drinking bird. Instead of operating a door, the bird will trigger a dimensional shift. There's an IDS battery in the machine that will power the dimensions, which in this case is Fluffy Dimension. In addition to Fluffy being embarrassingly adorable, it's also rather useful because everything is 10 times lighter than normal. Though that looks like a regular scale, it is in fact a portable kinetic mass-to-electricity converter. There's that lovely bird again. Sometimes I call it Desmond. Something to note. Since you're holding a version of the IDS device, you, in fact, are not you in an alternate dimension. Let me try that again. You remain constant, so no matter the dimension, your mass, shape, speed, and trying personality remain the same. As I mentioned, dimensional rifts in the manor are magnified by the stabilizing energy from the IDS receptacle and battery. This is what enables you to slip between dimensions when you're wearing the IDS glove. Ah, that's Dolly, Dynamic Object Linear Ligation Interface. To you, a cloning device. I like my house just so. So I decided to add functionality to her to keep everything consistent. I'll need to tune that later.
Comment ça? Oh elle est posée sur l'étagère quoi. Ah là là, je sais pas que c'était possible. J'ai quelque chose.
These are my own particular hybrid beams of carbon dioxide and neodymium dope yttrium aluminum garnet lasers using an alternating ray configuration. Gives them an extra kick. Unfortunately, the breaking of this glass is a necessary evil. Don't take that as permission to do it elsewhere. Oh, that creature there is an interdimensional kinetic entity, or Ike. Stop for a minute and take a look at the painting. In case you're wondering, you turned on the fan. Please say that you don't need me to explain that to you. Standard issue conveyor belts. So much easier than carrying things yourself.
Well.
So I haven't discussed my location a whole lot, but it seems as if I'm in some sort of limbo. I think I may explore a bit and see what turns up. You, sir, are a degenerate. This room often gets rather sweltering in the summertime. Air circulation is very important.
C'était très beau ce passage. Propre. Que demander de plus? Que les coffres ne me trollent pas. Ah, genre comme ça par exemple. Les choses qui arrivent. Un saut qui se fait pas. Collision vraiment parfois beaucoup de mal. Wow, wow. J'ai cru au troll bis. Mais non, c'est pas. Ouais, c'est pas trop grave. C'est pas irrattrapable non plus. On meurt assez vite, heureusement.
This is one of the animals that Dolly cloned to rather, well, intriguing results. Ah, you've moved on to a part of the manor where another type of dimensional rift is accessible. This is the gravid wolfram dimension, or heavy for short. This dimension is in direct opposition to the fluffy dimension and will make things 10 times heavier.
On l'a compté. Ça m'arrive. Allez, super. C'est un peu juste le carton.
He's a bit on the shy side. Give him some time to get used to. Some dimensions are tightly bound together, like the one we're in right now, and also the fluffy and heavy dimensions. That red battery will provide enough energy to enable the IDS device to widen the heavy dimension rifts in this area.
J'ai loupé le truc. Pas beaucoup en plus. Oh, c'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. Tout va bien. Pas en situation critique.
Seems to be a large expanse of piles and pits filled with various random objects. No, not where you are. Here, in this confounded place. Are those hard candies? They're a little fuzzy. With the increased density and higher melting points of items in heavy dimension, quadrangle laser beams are rendered rather ineffectual. I came across Ike some time ago, and he decided to follow me back to the manor.
C'est ça, t'as raison. Passe à côté, fais-moi plaisir.
Not half bad. This was once the family cat, Lord Widget Pompadour Fluffington IV, or Widget the First. Note that if you disrupt the blue beam, it should deactivate something. I'm not entirely sure how many BEDs of radiation that emits. Hope you're not looking to have children. Apparently this unit needs a little more work. So, don't tell Mike, but that painting, he looks like a horrible mutant koala situation. It's mostly dark. Well, maybe not dark. Sort of twilight.
Dire qu'une fois j'ai réussi à lancer le coffre, cliquer au bon endroit du premier coup. Ça arrive pas souvent, hein. Allez, enfin, une fois comme l'autre fois, on y croit, on y croit, on y croit. Oui.
I find the number 3 to be a very satisfying number. It's a Heaton number, and the proper amount of scoops on the
Nouveau,
next
ceux qui se posent la question, pourquoi ne lâches-tu pas les coffres? Parce que les coffres rebondissent les uns sur les autres et ont tendance à faire n'importe quoi. Je préfère franchement sur le coup. C'est beaucoup,
Well, I
beaucoup
could
trop
have done
risqué
it
de
better
lancer.
myself. Not bad, though. Oh, I really wish I wouldn't do that. This is a compression platform which uses photoelectric energy to function. Like a spring, the energy pulses below the platform excite the molecules in the air, stimulating an elastic structural rigidity.
Un peu loin.
Careful. Now I see a giant pit filled with keys. Just remember, you need enough change in the mass to build up enough mechanical energy. Think of this highly complex piece of technology as it's time to spring into action. I crack myself up. Satisfying, isn't it?
C'était beau ça. Ça c'était beau.
This is one of my past inventions, Joan the Jetpack. You probably never saw this invention. It was my hole digger. One can never be too safe. Pun, pun, pun. I was quite the champion at shot put during my years in college on the track and field team.
Pareil, je prends pas
The
d'avis.
electromagnetic microreactors, or electrovents if you're so inclined, will all require a conductive polycell. I also happen to be on the basketball team as well. You may want to try the lid as a backboard. Hooped it! Nice shot!
Pour l'instant, ça se passe très bien. Cool. Alors.
Well played.
Ah, rien à dire. Premier fail, mais par ça.
I believe you're close to the generator in that sector. A little further. My head feels like I've been hit squarely by a 2x4, and I still haven't regained my memory. So, you need to be over by that blast door, but it looks like you're going to have to go through the object distribution system to get there. Jump! This is definitely not the right place for you to be. Easy now.
Pas mal dans les temps.
Almost there, I think. I wonder what he's eating there.
Hop là, c'est pas grave, j'ai le point de contrôle. Quand on perd ici après avoir eu le point de contrôle, c'est vraiment pas dramatique.
The generator room for this sector is ahead. Hey, look at it this way. The worst that can happen is that you fail miserably.
Bon là par contre je fais un essai.
If you can get to the generator, I'll tell you what to do.
Si ça marche pas, je prends la route normale. Wow, ça lance mal. Ouais, effectivement. C'est pas grave. Route normale, on perd trop de temps.
If you can get to the generator, I'll tell you what to do.
Trop loin. Vas-y, balance-moi un truc. Passe. Voilà, tu ne reviendras plus. Oh, la première fois qu'il a fallu passer c'était ça. Comment je me suis pris la tête. En fait, pourquoi j'ai arrêté la terre?
Ah, that's much quieter.
C'est pas vraiment obligatoire, je sais pas pourquoi. Ah si, peut-être ici en fait on se fait troller.
You'll have to bridge the gap somehow since the scaffolding collapsed.
Voilà. Ouais, super. Ah, purée, allez, fais-moi pas ça. Ouais.
Okay, it looks as if the motor has stopped. You'll need to get that arm rotating fast enough to reactivate the generator. Great! One down, two to go.
Ah, vas-y, sauvegarde. Ouais. Et en plus, faire un contrôle. Très très bon début. Enfin très très bon. Bon début. On va pas se lancer trop de fleurs, ça vaut pas la peine.
Hopefully it won't be too much trouble to access the next generator. And perhaps I can find a way out of here. This is getting rather ridiculous. In case you were wondering about the pneumatic transportation tubes around the manor, they are filled with the same science juice that is in all the IDS batteries. I was able to extract the base material for the science juice from a undisclosed biological source.
Alors il m'est arrivé une fois en fait ici, je sais pas comment j'ai fait mon coup, mais je suis parvenu à faire en sorte que la première dimension de temps ne s'enclenche pas. Donc, je sais pas trop ce qui s'est passé.
I hope that you've been able to glean
Du coup, en fait,
that the time
j'ai
in this
eu
next
les
dimension, like
objets
a
qui étaient placés
pan-dimensional
correctement
bunny rabbit,
dès le
hopping
début, et
across
là
a
c'est un magnifique fail. Tout ça.
like a pan-dimensional bunny rabbit,
Voilà.
hopping across a landscape of
Donc j'avais pas
quantum
ici une situation un peu plus
Poetry.
foireuse, un peu difficile à gérer.
Not entirely sure what that one is in this area. Sometimes the act of slowing things down can reveal the correct path.
Petite perte de temps très légère. Très légère. Alors, si les coffres sont gentils, ouais, pas mal, en une seule fois.
Have I mentioned that the manor requires a lot of ventilation? Careful, the blades are rather sharp. Well, it's probably not the best location for you, but sadly it's rather unavoidable. Good.
Pas le tenter. Parce que là, la perte de temps si on ne chope pas.
I would move if I were you. Step off now. Okay, next. Oh! You should be able to fit through. Don't forget to breathe. It's an important aspect of life. You maintain the same dimensional stability. In other words, your properties do not change upon shift. I've been able to ground several of my inventions in our normal baseline dimension as well. That's why quadrangle technology doesn't shift. Or basic orthogonal traversing bot. I invented them a long time ago to perform simple tasks.
Non,
Their artificial intelligence is
lâche-moi, foutu robot,
extremely simple,
lâche-moi.
but it helps to keep the house in order.
Et voilà, du coup je manipule le coffre. Pas grave, allez, tiens.
Well, you did that. I guess you could be proud if you wanted.
La caisse plantée sur son... Ouais, vas-y, trop loin, hein, c'est cool.
You know what I miss? Guitars. They always make music so much better.
Bon, c'est vraiment étrange.
When I was your age, I used to have to construct my own computers if I wanted them smaller than a refrigerator. You kids are entirely too spoiled. Ike's become a rather interesting lab assistant, though his indiscriminate appetite is a bit of a hindrance. I was bored all day and decided to play a game of catch myself, utilizing the slow motion dimension.
Pas fail. On va espérer que le truc a été correctement lancé.
You should try it sometime.
Top, peu juste, ça devrait aller. Ouais. Ah. Ouais, pas mal. Pas trop.
Ah, and here you see stately quadrangle manor as it stands now. I believe that's safe number 21,157.
Pareil, si on va jouer safe. Si je peux dire avec le coffre.
That'll do. I'm looking at a gigantic stack of cell phones. It is abhorrent what you young folks text to one another. Is English truly that difficult?
No.
Those bot-bots are programmed not to let any non-organic foreign objects pass.
Oh, deuxième coup, c'est beau, c'est beau.
I can invent a glove that completely changes the laws of quantum mechanics, but apparently I cannot stream a movie to where I am right now in spite of the multitude of cell phones. Apparently this unit also needs a bit of tweaking.
En fait, en général, j'essaye que les coffres se barrent pas trop loin, histoire d'éviter de passer 3 heures à aller les chercher.
I'm not entirely convinced of your aptitude to handle this situation.
Mais bon, des fois, ils sont pas si compatissants que ça. Oh, le coffre lancé de travers.
Oh, well, that was a pleasant surprise.
Alors, normalement, là au-dessus, il y a un objet à aller récupérer au cas où il y en a de ceux qui se posent la question de comment faire. Moi, personnellement, j'ai empilé les objets comme j'ai pu. C'est passé. Il y a peut-être une autre technique.
Ah, judging by the fascinating lands of missing items, I can hypothesize that I am officially lost. Short-term memory gone. Trapped in some sort of pocket dimension. This used to be one of the manor's libraries. I, altered it.
On va éviter le laser. Et cette fois-ci, on va essayer de prendre la pile de livres
Travel safely.
sur l'étagère. On va essayer d'avoir un léger gain de temps. Ici, pareil, j'ai déclenché ma dimension de temps beaucoup trop tôt. Ce qui fait que je dois patiemment tendre le coffre, mais vaut mieux ça parce que sinon la perte de temps est vraiment conséquente.
What's that saying? It's like wrangling cats.
Ils sont même pas quoi arriver. Ce qui m'arrange. Très bien.
I had this portrait of myself and I commissioned before we began time travel in the mid-70s. I made the first prototype when I was your age. I haven't had the heart to change the design. There should be an IDS battery on the other side of the fan.
Et non, il n'y a pas moyen de faire un saut direct jusqu'au ventilateur au cas où quelqu'un se pose ces questions. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. C'était laid, ça, c'était très très laid. Oh, le ressaut dans le vide, ça c'est vraiment moche. Oh, je vais perdre facilement 30 secondes. C'est dommage, c'est dommage, c'est dommage. Vas-y, tombe.
Might I recommend a detour?
Les tas de dégueulasses on peut remettre, ça m'arrangerait. Voilà. C'est vraiment dommage que je sois tombé. Oh, je me prenais le plafond. Oh là, t'arrives, ça va être beau.
You really ought to stay out of their way.
Ouais, j'attends le robot. Ah, c'est dommage. Pareil, grosse erreur ici aussi que j'ai déjà faite, c'est en sautant, c'est moi qui ai intercepté le rayon laser. Ça c'est très très moche quand ça arrive. Pourtant on rattrape bien les cartons, ouais. Ça donne une situation complètement ridicule. Oh pareil, hein, pas le même qu'hier, c'est-à-dire pas tomber avec le fauteuil. Très bien.
simple action couched in complexity.
C'est pas mal.
There are clouds here. Have I mentioned that? Though, wait. Is that lint? Apparently, you feel you don't need an advanced degree in robotics to operate that. It's the compression platform again. You'll remember that you need a dramatic mass change, right?
Ici pareil, toujours
What's that
replacer le
saying
coffre.
about daylight savings time?
Parce que
Fall back, spring forward.
le distributeur, on va dire, ne le place pas vraiment bien. Pas à tous les coups en tout cas.
Daylight savings is absolutely useless and ludicrous, right?
C'est cool.
You've got to be kidding me. Gum? Oh, there's some on my shoe.
Ouais, ça fait. Allez, on y croit. Yes.
This area is extremely flooded. What's going on here?
Je devrais le voir.
That could have been much, much worse.
Ça aussi, c'est très bien passé.
Once I traveled back to a time when people were more refined, classier even.
Assez satisfait de ce niveau. Même si je pense que ça peut être améliorable en switchant donc la dimension temps pour gagner quelques secondes par-ci par-là et pas attendre des fauteuils nouveaux. Et si on l'a joué propre.
Ah, yes. There's an electric converter up there. Ike
Comment
has
pas
very
bien
interesting
oublié.
nutritional
Ça
requirements.
m'arrangerait.
Steel ball bearings, asparagus, uranium-235. Whatever he had a craving for, I suppose.
Voilà, pas mal. Là, pareil, on va laisser passer les coffres. De toute façon, la vitesse où il les éjecte. Là, quoi.
Throw!
Waouh. C'était
Well, all right then.
très satisfaisant.
Haven't you been through this hallway before? Ugh. These hallways are all starting to look the same to me.
Oups, attends un petit peu ici. pas mal. Jolie ligne droite.
Dodecahedron. Try saying that 3 times fast. Dodecahedron, dodecahedron, dodecahedron.
Petit gain de temps que je pourrais faire, c'est choper le coffre. Ah ouais. Bon, ça pour la prochaine fois. C'est que pendant que le espèce de drôle de forme, enfin de dodécaèdre, hein, puisqu'il le cycle arrive, je peux aller poser le coffre. Je gagnerai pas. Ah, dis-moi pas que c'est. Oh la vache! Oh, c'est laid, ça. Voilà, ça c'est encore le troll de la physique du jeu. C'est que ça passe 99 fois sur 100. Et que là, cette fois-ci, ben, le jeu a dit non, aujourd'hui j'ai pas envie que le dodécaèdre il passe proprement, donc... Voilà, bing, ça dit, quand même une deuxième fois. Allez, putain, quoi. Ah là là. Bien au centre, nickel, sinon ça marche pas. Voilà. Allez, 15-20 secondes de perdu, hein, facilement. C'est pas grave, allez.
Oh, Ike just sent me a message through the security uplink. He found your luggage in the front hall and would like to apologize for eating your pants. Uh-oh. Well, that's a step up. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get that battery somehow.
Je me demande si j'activerais pas les machins dans l'autre sens. Ça me permettrait de pas attendre le divan là-bas. Et physiquement pour la batterie ça changerait pas grand chose. Viens, petite batterie. Voilà.
The IDS battery receptacle is where?
Et il va beaucoup trop loin, je peux même pas l'attraper quoi. Ouais, non, c'est rien, c'est pour la prochaine fois. Je me demande si je pourrais pas en profiter pour rechoper le divan de là au-dessus, préparer.
Another reason why I've installed the dolly devices everywhere is to help counteract Ike's never-ending.
Ouais, bah vas-y, c'est ça, va trop loin. Dans des cas comme ça, j'hésite pas, je refais pas un deuxième lancer, je fais directement ça. T'as perdu quelques secondes.
Sometimes my sister is far too nosy. If I wanted house guests, I would have asked for them. Not only do I have to worry about myself, I am obligated to have concern for you too. Intriguingly tricky. You're nearly as good at pushing buttons as Desmond. I think you found your calling. I've discovered that his species has the uncanny ability to observe the world in several dimensions at the same time. I suppose that made Ike rather unhinged. I still think you'll want one more battery.
Et non. Nous n'irons pas
You're
la
going
chercher.
to want to retrieve another battery first.
Ouh, trop loin ça. Ah,
I
c'est
still think you'll
vraiment
want
juste. Hein,
one more battery.
elle m'a lancé un peu vers le bas.
You're going to want to retrieve another battery first.
Voilà.
You know, I was like you once. 12, or is it 10? And that's where the similarity... I have to admit it, though, you've come quite a ways. Commendable. But don't let it get to your head. I know this whole process is rather inconvenient, but I've found that it's better to be safe than sorry when utilizing more energy in 5 minutes than the Hoover Dam produces in a year.
Ah là là. Encore un niveau assez compliqué à ajuster. C'est pas mal ça, on va sur la voiture.
This probably isn't the safest place you've been this week.
Allez. Ok, on est pas mal mis. Peut-être un au-dessus quand même. Oui, pas mal.
Up, up you go!
Oui. Oh, ça se passe pas trop mal. Oh, les premières fois, c'était beau à voir. Oh. Heureusement que les pompes, ça streamait pas beaucoup. Heureusement que ne me voyez pas à l'époque. Comme je disais, sur cette salle en particulier, sur ce passage. C'était vraiment immonde. Il y a de quoi trail un moment. Voilà. J'aime bien déclencher ce coffre. Il ne sert à rien. Mais que je prends quand même. Il me sert à rien parce qu'il y en a là. Ah, finalement si, il sert. On va aller trop vite. Je vais y lancer. Est-ce que je peux aussi de lancer? On va pas se plaindre. Je suis pas du tout obligé de garder le même coffre. Actuellement, ça va plus vite de récupérer le même coffre plutôt que de repousser sur le truc, attendre qu'on m'en envoie un. Oh, coffre lancé de travers. Et... allez, on y croit.
Oh, careful.
Et on y croit. C'est passé, c'était beau.
This isn't the best place for children, is it?
Wow, non.
This isn't the best place for children, is it?
Je t'ai pas encore fait prendre par les lasers. Oh, c'est dommage.
This isn't the best place for children, is it?
Comme je disais, rien à faire. Les collisions sur ce jeu, parfois.
Fantastic. Just need to get the alternator arm going.
Donc pareil, elle a quoi? Elle a 10 secondes de perdu. Chance numéro 100. Bon, j'ai des gâteaux en anticipation. Il y en a, je ne sais plus combien des choses. qu'on ne pourrait pas faire si on pourrait. Je me suis jamais amusé à les compter ni à les répertorier. Bon, mais c'est pas mal tout ça. Vers l'aile rouge.
Fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, you're heading closer to the new technologies lab. Perhaps you might come across some clues to help me piece together this quandary. Ah, yes. This is the last in a contiguous series of associated dimensions. As you can see, the gravitational pull in this dimension is directly in opposition to our customary one. Look out!
Canapé.
Do you suppose that the gravitational bodies that influence this dimension are different? Or is the manor, in fact, built upside down? Ponder that. You've certainly gotten rather adroit. I believe that opened the hatch over there. I bet you wanted me to do that, huh? Mad scientist, crazy evil laugh. There should be another drinking bird. I mean periodic articulated Druidae in that room influencing this area. I believe... Can I be perfectly honest here? I really have no idea why I set this area up.
Oh, c'était bon.
At this point, you have traveled further into the manor than any other family member has in the last 2 decades. I can't say that'll happen again anytime soon. Oh, it seems as if the timer on Desmond doesn't have the duration that you'll need. As a rule, don't look directly into his eyes. Trust me. Some event must have occurred to cause me to be transported to this pocket dimension. If only I could remember what.
Je retienne chronique de l'oiseau sans ressort.
My headache is getting a little better, although I still have a rather large lump on my skull.
Un timer un peu foireux. Oh non.
Oh, in case you don't see it, there's an electrical converter on the ceiling that needs to be pressed. I can't believe my memory hasn't returned yet. I'm not sure you're aware, but breaking things is bad. Sometimes I get the strangest feelings that they might be sentient.
Oh non, pourquoi tu l'as connu? Pas bien.
I engineered a completely seedless strawberry once. I hated getting the seeds stuck between my teeth. I have fond memories of this room when I was about your age. It used to be the parlor. Oh well. Oh, nice! Not happy. You should perhaps place something in there.
Pareil, normalement la vraie technique, faut aller jusque là au bout et revenir, mais c'est naturellement beaucoup plus court. Consiste à faire ça. On gagne un petit peu de temps.
Good going on reverse engineering that. Science juice is quite an amazing substance, you know. In addition to being a fuel source, it's also a superconductor and amplifier of energy frequency. Just a small amount infused with dimensional extract can build enough energy to power the IDS device receptacles. Oh, yes. This area unfortunately flooded a few weeks ago. You'll need to go all the way around. Okay, cross there. Got to get down to get up? Well, wait, that's not how that goes.
Oh, je suis cogné, ça c'est laid, comme ça. Oh, c'est laid. Ça ne m'avait pas encore fait. Ouais, c'est la première fois. Hein. Il y a encore... ouais, 30 secondes avec ces bêtises là. Ouais, je me suis cogné sur le tuyau. Ouais, c'est laid ça. Ah, je vais jamais griller ce petit tuyau, c'est pas grave. Tout va bien. Allez, vas-y, on va passer là.
I believe that there are 3 safes down there, if that helps. You're gonna need that heavy battery. Don't let your emotions get in the way of a clearly logical solution.
Perdu. Parce que... Ah ouais, non, il n'y aura pas assez de...
Isn't geometry fun?
Ah, tout arrive, hein. Le carton en plomb qui ne pète pas. Il est arrivé à peu près là, donc... Voilà, il est cassé. Ouais,
there's a clean zone perimeter here. No objects over the threshold.
Plus ou moins au niveau du pilier. C'est bon.
Oh, perfect timing.
Normalement ça se fait avec 3 coffres ici.
Ah, look out!
Mais non, un seul suffit.
Can you hear me? Hey, remember those electro batteries?
Bon. Pas troller.
Time.
Joli. Et ben. Troller 2. Très joli. Ouais. Ça, on se résulter. Voilà. Pas mal. 2 sur 3.
That's good enough. This area of the manor is rather fantastic, isn't it? There is nothing like good old-fashioned human ingenuity and determination to get the job done. That and robots.
salle vraiment nerveuse. Normalement.
So, lasers. I once knew someone who retrofitted a laser pointer to achieve a focal point of less than 1/1000th of an inch. I must say it was rather impressive, and certainly sliced through several materials, including his own toes, like a hot knife through butter. Oh, nice. Well done.
En fait, je pense que la vitesse d'éjection est peut-être tout petit peu plus rapide que celle des tapis, donc j'essaie de la garder au maximum.
Superb. There are an excessive number of flooded areas in this sector. I didn't realize it had progressed this far.
L'avant-dernière salle aussi.
Some of the mainline science juice pipes must have been compromised.
Dimanche.
Oh, and I wouldn't recommend having a drink. Science juice is not potable. Trust me. Well, at least we can say you're getting closer to the last generator. Heads up! It's perturbing that this area has flooded as well. The electrical converter should be up there.
Je suis content. Là, sur le coup.
Oh, I can recall that there were a few tremors earlier in the day. That's a newer
Même le coffre là d'habitude il est super compétissant. Et là non, il est vraiment très sympa avec moi.
Like a lot of things in life, keeping momentum going is important.
Là pareil, je le laisse sur les robots parce que en fait les robots sont aussi rapides que le coffre quand tu les enlèves. Je vais pas me casser la tête à changer de dimension de tellement.
Yes, slightly more complex, but you've proven to be at least semi-capable.
Ça c'est un bug qu'on peut faire aussi. Le laser est coincé en fait. Parce qu'il a trop tourné. Parfois il y a moyen de lui faire carrément un demi-tour. C'est marrant à voir. Il essaye quand même de tirer, mais le robot dans le chemin il peut pas. Le truc il déconne, il reste là au milieu, il va partout. Et il y a plein de coffres dans la salle, c'est pas très vite.
On to the next room.
Par exemple ici aussi, très sympa à voir. Le laser sur un coffre inaccessible.
Do you like heights?
Je suis un peu loin, je crois.
I am rather fond of them. Maybe you should also enjoy heights as much as I do. In
C'est fail, on va vraiment faire sur le coffre. J'aime pas cette salle. Oh non, c'est là-bas, mais... pire.
Be safe now. One of the best modes of transportation ever invented. Well, at least the most scientifically complex. Process a bit here. You'll need yourself, and you're doing quite well for you. I'm a bit concerned about the excess of science juice outside the confinement of their pipes. I suppose, as long as you avoid triggering any incendiary devices, you should be all right. You'll have to initiate the room's boot sequence.
Alors, une des salles redoutées. On y
Watch
croit.
out. That's a big one. I suppose you could call that couch surfing. Just remember, you have access to heavy dimension here. Whew, that was rather close.
Ah, trop juste. Ouh. Ouais. Ah là là, c'est bon, c'est décidé de me troll là.
Ooh, that was rather close.
Voilà. Ah, je vais pas perdre du temps sur des trucs comme ça. En fait, je pourrais activer le truc avant de lancer la batterie. Dans un souci de léger gain de temps.
Watch it.
Eh non, non, non. Il souffle. Oh là, ça va être long ça. Je sens bien. Mais vaut mieux ça que de recommencer parce que de nouveau, c'est pas comment ça va se passer. On peut voir les objets qui vont dans tous les sens là-bas. Il se peut qu'on dévie un peu, qu'on va coller les bords, etc. Enfin, soit. Allez, vas-y. C'est bon, je peux l'avoir.
That wasn't horrible.
Très juste.
I know the flooded areas have something to do with something.
Bon, je vais essayer de rattraper un petit peu le temps perdu là.
Well, what's it going to be? I hope that's the right choice. I recommend you take inventory of where the other batteries have gone.
Bon, je peux passer par dessus comme là.
Two left, I believe. Something has gone a bit awry with their speed settings. That's a bit intimidating, isn't it?
Alors, la caisse en carton, elle est là-bas. Alors le coffre, lui, il reste au lait. Voilà.
One to go.
Pas le meilleur temps. Vraiment, ça se fait pas mal.
believe that you're not terribly far from the generator. After you restart it, the lockdown on the manor should be lifted. And then you can go, well, somewhere else. Oh, I swear I'm losing my hair by the minute. It's a good thing that mustache hair doesn't fall out. Retracing steps, that's what people do, right? So I was in the new technology sector. Then, oh, ha! You should see what I can do with a toaster and 4 paper clips. No, make that 3 paper clips. Closer on that far side there. Talk about leap of faith, huh? It's definitely something extremely important I'm missing. How ironic that I am in the pocket dimension of the Lost when I've clearly lost control of this situation. I'm really not feeling particularly good about this right now, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your tendency to demolish my possessions. There's something more going on that I haven't quite pieced together. I've never had much stock in feelings, but I'm having an overwhelming sense of dread.
Que le coffre vienne à moi du premier coup, ça serait vraiment sympa. Ah, c'est pas mal parti.
That's certainly putting a new slant on things. I believe this sector's generator is located on the other side of this. I wouldn't get too close. That contraption threw me out of a window once.
Tout va bien. Tout va bien.
Almost have a grasp on my memory. And there's something that you shouldn't be doing. Well, you know the drill. Time to start the alternator.
Atterrir dessus, c'est cool aussi. Bon, dernière salle qui est super troll. Et après, on peut se permettre de souffler un petit peu. Magnifique bruit d'aigle pour décompresser. Il restera là, ça sera très bien. Bon allez, hein. Moins de trolls, on y croit.
Oh, it would have appear that restarting the generators was a poor idea on my part. It seems as if the normal way across has been flooded. You'll have to find another way to get up there.
Alors on révise un peu la salle là, on fait comme ça. Voilà. 7 un peu bas. On va viser plus haut alors, on va viser comme ça. 7 un peu haut. Ah, ça peut passer, ça peut passer. Ouais, ça passe, c'est beau, c'est beau.
That was unexpected.
Trajectoire, tout ça.
Was I just there?
Non, pas activer le laser.
Confounded principles and their uncertainties. It seems as if the house is becoming more unstable by the minute. I'm very uneasy about you being here, but I need to get out of this place. It appears as if my dimensional stability isn't quite so stable.
Voilà. Ici, en fait, je peux me servir du fauteuil. Là.
Oh, not again. Just keep your structural integrity a bit longer. Not to put any undue pressure on you, but you really need to pick up the pace a bit.
Voilà. Comment est-ce que je me suis fait là-dessus, quoi? Comment? Oh là là. Ah, on s'en veut, hein. C'est comme ça. Voilà, c'est sûr.
So, yes, about you hurrying up. That would be splendid. Great! Almost there. Just need to get this baby running. Strange. That painting is not supposed to be doing that.
Merde.
Something's really not right here. That should call the elevator.
Eh ben, dernier chapitre. Allez, hop, 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 on y croit.
Or not. It looks like you're in it for the long fall. Sorry, I'm a little tense. Well, on the upside, this ventilation shaft leads to the same place as the elevator. On the downside, you might not survive the fall.
La pire des choses,
if you
c'est
make it, I'll need you to restart the Uber IDS. It's like the glove you're wearing, except
comme ça, même
much
pire des dimensions
in fact, most of the matter has been retrofitted to power the device. It should enable me to escape from the pocket dimension I'm in. I hope. Oh, your mother's gonna kill me.
Wow. Bon, pas le deuxième. Ça va. Allez. C'est comme ça qu'en fait, sur ce niveau, on perd des éclipses. C'est à ce moment précis. Les objets vont un petit peu aléatoirement dans le cube. C'est pas grave.
Ah. Well, you're alive. That's certainly fortunate. You're in the main control bay to the Uber IDS. Strange. There don't appear to be any IDS batteries plugged into the machine. You'll need to find some. Fantastic. Just 3 more IDS batteries, and I should... something is still bothering me.
J'évite de regarder trop de l'autre fin.
Everything. Men are locked down.
Là, il a pop là-bas, naturellement.
What else am I missing?
Pour essayer en fait de faire pop au maximum derrière moi.
Excessive science juice flooding? Wait, no.
Ici j'ai pas mal été vite puisqu'on
I understand now. All the flooding is providing an unstable energy flow to the IDS. I really need to get you out of there somehow before it's too late.
Allez.
I need you to get to the core of the IDS device. I remember now. There's a pocket dimension there as part of the machine's failsafe. That's why I'm in the pocket dimension. I put myself here on purpose.
Et...
And that's how
1:21:03. Ouh, c'est beau.